not to have a field day with.
And, may I ask you something?
Shoot.
Why are you really here? I'm sorry, if that's too personal.
No, it's alright. I'm just trying to figure out a way to say it.
I know Tracy usually works.
When you cook something at a high temperature, the protein, whether it be beef, chicken, fish, tightens up, pushes all the liquid out. So we want it all to go back in. Our fish. Taste that fish.
Wow.
Is that food or is that food? That fish is absolutely killer. Next one. I've come up with a recipe for pizza dough that's more like a flatbread. And there's only 4 ingredients in this dough. Herbs, salt, flour, and water. It rolls out very, very thin. And instead of using a pizza oven, because we don't have one,
we'll use what they do have.
broiler. Now watch how fast this cooks. I don't want it cooked all the way through because we're going to finish it in the oven. Tomato sauce. Made it once, we're using it 4 times. While that's in the oven, I'm going to work on the next dish. I'm going to take a French baguette, cut it in half. We've got whipped butter, cheese. Boom. Do that all the way on there for me while I check my pizza. See? Look at that.
Oh, great.
The sauce, the cheese, the sausage, that's simple pizza. The garlic bread takes seconds. We want it golden brown. 4 easy dishes. Garlic bread, pizza, the fish, and the Caesar salad. Very minimal ingredients, very fast cooking times, and a great addition to this menu. All right, I've got to go and meet Vanessa, get the station set. I will be back.
Okay. I know I'm going to try this garlic bread first.
There's one thing I haven't done yet is checking with Vanessa on the table situation.
Yeah, every town used to have a watchmaker.
I select a picture
Vanessa blew up some pictures.
My town still does.
Tables from the bar.
with a polyurethane on top so you can put drinks and food on.
So how much did this cost?
Altogether, printing about
It's a bit of
$3
an
or $4. Here we have a refinished laminate tabletop in the center room.
Vanessa used wooden laminate to cover the tabletop.
I like that. How much did that cost?
Instead of spending $3,000, spend a total of $750 to redo all these tabletops.
We've done a great job. We've saved some money. All right, let's finish them up. Let's get them moving. We're way behind.
All right.
We open in 3 hours with extra staff and a new menu.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
I have to get all the servers up to speed.
From a 90-plus item menu, we have gone down to 1 page. There are 4 appetizers. Mint and basil bread, eggplant franchise, pesto calamari, garlic bread. 3 choices of salads. Classic Caesar salad, baby green salad, tomato caprese salad, entrees, pork bolognese with potato gnocchi, seafood fried diavolo, raised ossobuco, and seared cod, pizza, spaghetti and meatballs. Those get more Italian than that. These are very, very simple dishes, but they'll fly out the kitchen staff, and the people will love them. The key to success tonight, you guys. When you first greet people, they have to know that you love them. You are there for them. This is the one chance we get to kill them with kindness, okay?
Now it's time to tackle the first problem I saw. The close sign.
This restaurant is open for business. I'm going to make sure that that sign is gone.
Well,
So learn lessons.
Not
I
really.
never realized having that up there would give an idea that Marnelli's was closed.
I have some that are go-tos that are always effective.
Jerry, that's the last of the negative
But-
of this restaurant.
Sort of like
In
songs.
1 hour, this restaurant needs to be finished
A lot
so we
like
can set
songs.
up for the grand reopening.
In the sense that
Dishes we learned from Robert. They're easy to make. It's going to be intense back here, but I'm very confident about the dishes.
each
that he told
effect
me.
when
I
you
know I can
when
pull
you
them
learn
off.
it. If I'm going to take the time to learn it, I already think it's
But only
pretty
time
awesome.
will tell.
And
I need a touch-up right here. Who has beige paint?
My concern is
You know,
that
the-
Vanessa won't get the
the
dining room
genius of every single
Okay, there should be a
illusion
table
or
here,
effect
here,
is
here, here. There should be window
it's
treatment,
intoxicating
panels, and
to-
I still put up. There is so much missing.
to do it, to achieve it is really, you know, I mean, a lot of things just I could never be able to do. So, of course, I don't like doing those tricks nearly as much as the ones I can do. But that being said,
Start setting.
so many tricks. It's all time, and place, context. It's
It's got to look rolled and wrapped
you
and
know,
not screwed.
it's-
Okay, gotcha.
certain things reveal themselves, opportunities, props, situations.
Vanessa,
Yes! I'm changing my name.
So the right trick at the right time is my favorite one to do.
Robert really threw me a curveball
Well.
by slashing my budget, but
And
I was able
it's
to
the
come
same
around,
exact way I
and
feel
him and I
about my
worked as a
songs.
team, and we made this happen.
Songs that I might not say was my
I hope
favorite would be
they
the
love
perfect
it as
song to
much as I
play
love it.
right then, right to that person or those people. That happens all the time. It's sort of what I'm all about, actually. Way more than having a hit song or anything like that. I'm the guy with a song for any occasion. Sort of see tricks the same way. Especially when I'm in my magic mode.
We make the menu smaller, less
Which I am at the
ingredients,
moment.
more powerful flavors.
It's fun.
The only thing I have not addressed on this list is Jerry.
My original plan was to show Jerry how to better run his restaurant.
I've come up with a new plan for Jerry, and I really think he's gonna like
Right
it.
on.
But first, he has
Yeah,
to see all the
that's
changes
that's
we
the oldest
made.
trick
I've got to show the
in
restaurant
the history of
to Jerry
magic.
and
There's
Tina.
actually it's the oldest
I'll probably cry because
recording
right
of
now.
magic was a rendition of cups and balls and like hieroglyphs or whatever they're called in caves,
Some people will.
petroglyphs.
Have a lot of faith in them. So when you walk through the door, are they going to like it or are they going to hate it?
Yeah, it was the earliest like Egyptian depictions of cups and balls. And there's just so many things. It's sort of like the for close-up sleight of hand. It's sort
I
of
got
like
this in the bag.
it's a rite of passage for sure, but it also incorporates so many different aspects of it. It's,
Get out of my mind. 4,
This is not gonna get done.
3, there's nothing on the plate. 2,
Do I give up at this point?
1, time's up.
yeah, sort of.
Shot.
I guess one of my favorite things. Definitely, I like tricks that are
What if you could add just
visual,
the
that are
sauce
sort of
to
happening.
with new
at the
steam
moment.
fresh lightly sauce sides? You can. These tasty sides are perfectly sauced and ready in 5 minutes. New steam fresh lightly sauce sides. First side.
We all want cleaner laundry. We all want fewer chemicals. New, all free clear Oxy Active. A free clear detergent that's tough on stains and gentle on skin. Try new all free clear Oxy Active.
This is a nice boat, Marilyn. You're pretty rich,
Yes, I am.
but not as rich as me.
Oh, I don't know. I'm pretty rich.
Well, I have delectable red velvet cake flavored ice cream swirled with cream cheese frosting flavored ice cream and sumptuous red velvet cake pieces.
That's a lot of riches.
I love being rich.
Me too.
Introducing Blue Bunny Red Velvet Ice Cream, one of several flavors inspired by Chef Duff Goldman.
Yeah.
It's not about what you can get into. But what you can get out of. The 2011 Jeep Wrangler Adventure is never ordinary. Well-qualified lessees can get a 2011 Jeep Wrangler 2-door 4x4s for $299 a month.
Things seem 45% better when you save up to 45% at Travelocity.
Working on this.
My girl's an architect.
Our
boy's a genius.
You look amazing.
You look like a beach angel.
This is the best vacation ever.
The 4-card shuffle. I don't even know what that
You know,
is.
what's that love? You know, the sun
Yeah.
and the surf.
And the Rodrigo.
Yes.
Book your summer vacation now and save up to 45%
Doing
at
what you
Travelocity.
can do is the best way to do it, I think.
Nothing else says a cook lives here like a KitchenAid stand mixer. Nothing else mixes so much love and laughter, brings so much creativity to your kitchen, is so perfect for baking. But did you know our stand mixer can do so much more?
I like doing things
It
like
has so many
take a couple
delicious
cards.
things for special days and for
I'll go
every
to
day.
somebody and I'll talk about how there's so many different possibilities in life and in cards and things you can do and ways you could put 2 cards together. And I'll hand them the 4 hearts, say, and get them to fold it
Create homemade ice cream,
in
gelato,
half.
sorbet. You'll
Like
find so
that.
many ways to make it your own, with
They do a
colors,
very good job.
attachments, and accessories. Nothing else does it all so
Well, they're folding that in half like that.
Stand mixer. Give one or get one today.
So what do you think?
I'll fold mine lengthwise.
Play lasting impressions.
And then I'll say, okay, that's two possibilities right there, things you could do with cards. Now you can put them together in different ways, like that. That's one way, go together. You can put this one in there, like that. That's another possibility. You could,
I left him a message at home.
put them like that. That's another possibility. And then, you know, I just keep going on and on about all the possibilities, stuff like that. Sorry, I'm trying to look at the camera and not the cards. So I want everything to be on cameras. And then, but then, you know, as I keep talking, going on and on, everybody's getting more and more confused. No one's getting more confused than the jack. Any card with a head has the ability to get confused, to get disoriented, to get turned around.
Are they going to like it or are they going to hate it? Beautiful. The one looks.
Oh my God, those ugly legs are gone. The rug is gone.
A lot of people don't believe that that's possible, but you can actually go behind the curtain and see.
It looks so weird. We're not the spot. There's so much more room.
You were right, the bar was flooded. I never imagined.
I guess you can't see that.
Just look at the other one.
Oh my God.
It looks like you expanded the building.
I know.
We lined it up. We made it fresh. Let's go into the window room.
Oh my God.
You put your heart and soul, all your money, all your time.
I don't know how well I did that. I was trying to see it on the camera. My hands kept going off. It's weird because it's not like a mirror image. When I go like that, my left hand moves on the screen. When I go like that, I mean, it's the right side of the screen. So it's real. That's why we're always like looking, like we're trying to line up our heads, but we're going the wrong direction. It happens all the time. It's crazy.
What you achieved here.
By replacing the dark, dirty carpet with a wood laminate floor, we made the whole space.
I bought this silly plastic box,
By keeping the dark ceiling
but now I'm decoupaging it.
we made all the rooms feel
Pretty
bigger.
awesome.
We managed to take old tacky tabletops, recycle them, and give them a new great look. So you guys happy?
Oh. Happy.
All right. All right.
Thanks.
Some love. All right. Now we got to feed all these people.
Let's see
with
with
love.
this.
The good news is there's a line around the building. But our first
This box, nothing in there.
Gail, the food writer for the
Just
newspaper, is here.
give it 3 taps like that.
What do you think?
It didn't work.
That seafood Diablo is beautiful.
Did you decide on anything?
Well, here's what I'm looking for in our first minutes of service.
Let me go put your appetizer order in.
Seeing that food is coming off the way we practiced earlier.
I gotta make a shrimp appetizer.
It's weird.
The place is clean. The food runners are taken to the right tables.
But maybe the decoupage broke it.
I'll throw some cheese on there. I just don't want to mess
I
my
don't know.
mouth.
I need a spaghetti and meatball, an asso, and a donkey.
Tonight is crazy. We haven't been this busy in a long time. It's exhilarating. It's fun, but we're going.
There it
The
is.
last time I saw this place this busy, we had 2 funeral receptions in one day.
The restaurant is packed, and the orders just keep coming in.
Well, everybody's just coming in at once, and we just gotta keep going.
You know, when you see the dining room with probably 60 to 80 people at once, it's nuts in a regular restaurant, let alone with 2 cooks that are brand new.
It's hot. It's crazy. It's the most pressure I've ever been through.
I got some cool old magic balls.
As the kitchen heats up, the pressure is starting to get to Tracy.
Learning a whole new menu in 4 hours is kind of ridiculous. Yeah, fairly tough. I think if I was more prepared, I'd be fine.
There you go, Marty.
Some customers are getting impatient.
My neighbor's gonna leave.
I could see that Tracy is sort of getting ready to melt down. She just did 90 dinners out of this small kitchen on the first day of an opening. I have seen chefs melt under that pressure.
Got a beautiful old Aikido box, coin box.
I have watched Devs go down. You're still floating. You got 4 tickets left. You are in control. You did an awesome job today. Take 5 minutes. Come back here. Okay. Take a sit down and then come back. All right.
It's this is a Aikido coin box. Anything that you put in here can be caused to vanish.
At the end of the day, it's what it's all about.
Tracy and Joey have surpassed my expectations.
You're doing a great job. Appreciate it.
There's no better proof.
Just the tips. Yeah, too bad Chad's sick. He even took NyQuil, knocked himself out. Really bad cough. Whiskey hack. Sad. He couldn't make it out today.
I love this. It's incredible. It's really delicious. I know it was okay before. It was
Yeah.
fresh ingredients.
What I'm hearing on the floor is very positive comments about the food are fantastic.
I've not had something like this here before.
Have like at least 10 reservations already for tomorrow.
What I figured could happen with this place is happening right now. This team showed up all of a sudden on that white horse. I had a bunch of great people to really be grateful for. I'm gonna go from here. I'm gonna relax tonight, I know that for sure.
Jerry, when I arrived here yesterday morning, you said to me you wanted to leave a successful restaurant to your family. That in there is a successful restaurant.
That's a fact.
I'm going to give you the job you always wanted. Your job is play golf, relax, and let them take care of you.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna be about 90 before I get up to the golf course. I just feel overwhelmingly thankful.
At
Hey,
least
good
one
night to
thing
your
for me to
brother.
do.
Sweet
Jerry,
dreams. Sweet
I
sleep.
have taken care of you.
And remember,
Give me a hug.
a lot of people think
Buy
it's
me a beer.
naive to think that you can change the world. But I think it's naive to think you're not going to change the world. Everybody changes the world every day.
That's fact.
If you own a failing restaurant, contact us at foodnetwork.com.
The time has
Like
come
that.
to once
Just
again
like that.
answer life's most savory question.
Sit back, ladies and gentlemen, no one will get hurt.
Whose cuisine reigns supreme?
This is Iron Chef America.
How much time is left?
3,
Oh boy.
1. You worry about your dishes.
times up.
Gotta go, baby. Gotta go.
A delectable Japanese tradition has taken root on American soil. We have been graced with the establishment of our very own kitchen stadium, where our nimble chairman has brought together the pungent flavors of East and West. It is here where the best of the best from around the world meet and face the ultimate gourmet challenge.
Stand ready to roll.
Welcome to Iron Chef America, coming to you today from Kitchen Stadium number 5, which rests ever so gently upon the sandy bottom of Area Atoll Lagoon in the central Maldives. Now, a few minutes ago, I heard the hydrofoil arrive with the Challenger, and I understand that the chairman is just back in from his morning dive with the reef shark. So, let's get to cooking, shall we?
What is it?
So please allow me to introduce a veritable pantheon of culinary giants, your very own Iron Chefs America. Iron Chef Bobby Flay. Iron Chef Masaharu Morimoto. Iron Chef Mario Vitale. Iron Chef Pat Cora. And Iron Chef Michael Simon. In mere moments, one Iron Chef will be pitted against our challenger, who thirsts to discover our secret ingredient and enter the heat of battle here in Kitchen Stadium. Today's challenger was born in South Vietnam. His family moved to San Francisco when he was a child. At a young age, he took on the role of family cook, preparing meals every day for 10 people. His love for simple French Vietnamese peasant food grew and ultimately became his passion. Not surprisingly, the popular San Francisco restaurant, The Slanted Door, offers a menu devoted to his savory interpretation of traditional Vietnamese recipes.
All my inspiration comes from French
Edge Cuisine winning the James Beard Award for Best Chef in California. The chairman welcomes Chef Charles Phan.
You are a culinary star in California. Will your supernova be sucked into the black hole that is Kitchen Stadium?
Mr. Chairman, I don't think so.
Very good. And now we must bottle our double. Rich Iron Chef will shuffle off after you wow the crowd with your serenade.
With their eclectic culinary skill, I choose Iron Chef and Cook.
Sophisticated selection. Now, the barometer.
And so, Chef Phan, master of Asian cuisine, takes on Iron Chef Kamakura, who was famous for her southern Mediterranean style. Two chefs whose roots and influences are oceans apart will battle it out under one roof. It'll be a fascinating fight for sure.
There is one more ingredient to that. Our secret ingredient. The theme on which our chefs will offer their succulent variations. Today's secret ingredient is now this time, I say it to you in the words of my uncle.
I have no idea how you're playing it. It's not the same chords though.
Here we go. World's largest tree nut crop. Of course, it is not technically a nut. It is a fruit related to peaches. Now, looking at Monty Alter, we have some forms that you may have never seen before. We have raw almonds. We have the actual fruit. Think of the almond as the inside kernel, something like a peach. And one pleasant green fruit is the actual whole almond. So, raw almonds, we've got some blanched almonds. The Spanish Marcona almond. We've got ground almond flour. Almond milk. We have some almond oil up there. We've got almonds in just about every phase you can imagine. Now, almonds are classified into two specific types. There are sweet and bitter. The sweets are the ones that we typically use. The bitter are very often used in generating different liqueurs and oils. Chef Anderson at the grocery store getting a very strange looking, almost looks like a blue bug. China, it's very often called soap. We also see over on the Challenger side. See, Justine is gluing some gelatin sheets. Looking over on the chef side, Pat Corey just put some processor. We can see here into a lithograph where it looks like some amazing grapes are being gathered by her sous chef Ed. He's also, of course, got some interesting greens. These are land over on the Challenger side. That is the one stage, which is a member of the Morning Glory family. It's used in stir fries, and we can see that snow fungus. Actually from a mushroom that grows on a tree. You can see it in Asia. It has absolutely no flavor whatsoever. But as is true of so many Asian ingredients, it has a very, very unique texture. That has got to be rehydrated because it's completely dry. Also, over on the Challenger side, we've got some plums, but I can't tell the actual variety of plum.
Santa Rosa plums?
Okay, Santa Rosa plums. Over on the Iron Chef side, you can see some of those Spanish Marcona almonds being pan-fried, oil, some garlic in there as well. Pat is working with some duck alfia in the back station for sous chef Matt. Looks like he's making a dough. He's adding some almond flour to that. Over on the Challenger side, it looks like a small grouper has just crossed the kitchen. Not something I say very often. I see he's got some Chinese dates on his board, also called jujubes.
5 minutes. Yeah.
And we are 5 minutes into this battle. It's all time to move down to my favorite Canadian on the floor. Devin Broch, where are you, sir? Come on, get in.
Right here on the
Oh, I
Iron
have no idea.
Stadium, Elton. In the food processor, you got the almonds. There was also maltodextrin.
Maltodextrin, that of course is a polysaccharide used to.
Okay, good. Charlie here says you may have seen me done this.
Seen things before. Big, fast, dark. Went inside the house.
Real killers are quiet in the motherfucker. They don't dance, they sit in the club and hold the wall up as we look at them. You know, they constantly got a grit on their face. Do a slow stroll through the club, and they praying the whole time. God, don't let me kill nobody else today. And then somebody step on your shoe, you be like, they try to let it slide, but niggas like that can't. You on the dance floor, and he'll walk up to you. Still, bro. You know, you stepped on the shoes, you know. I was wondering if you apologize. So I paid for mine just like you paid for yours, you know. So, you know, if you get the brother apology, you know, we gonna clean this on up, you know what I'm saying? That nigga be like, nigga, fuck you and your shoes, old bitch ass nigga. Why he tell this motherfucker that? That's when they get that walk. All clearing out like roaches when the light come on. That motherfucker walk out, don't nobody know what happened. He still praying. God, I told you. You know how I am. He gone and sort him out because he wasn't cool around here. And my grandfather said there's certain people that deserve a whole lot of leave alone. Hey, my dear, happy birthday, baby. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear mama.
Computer's too far for me to reach up there and click it.
We appreciate you, baby. Yes, indeed. That's everybody, mama, too. You know what I mean? That's how that shit supposed to go, man. I be seeing some of these little young motherfuckers. They see one of their elders going across.
I always like playing Cakewalk.
Y'all see that shit? Beat the dog shit out that motherfucker. You got the right to rap, run around and do all your dumb shit because sisters like her and brothers her age to put it down.
Oh, yeah.
None of them want for shit. You know, when I hear motherfuckers talking about child support on one kid, I just laugh. I'm like, that's it? Shit, nigga. Come to my world. Shit, 2 ex-wives, 4, 5 baby mamas. My first and one cause is a motherfucker. Shit, I thought I was pimping. I'm doing shows
Really?
for them. They pimping the
That's
shit
what
out
Love Never
of
Salmon,
them.
isn't it?
Go do some shows. I bet you they get together and hold on, nigga. I get a movie, they be like, come on, girl. But I wouldn't trade one of my babies in to save my motherfucking life. Because really, at the end of life, that's all you motherfucking lose. You don't take no money with you. You understand me? I ain't never seen a Brinks truck pull up to a funeral. The Egyptians tried to take the money with them. Ain't they digging them motherfuckers up? Now King Tut on tour. This dead motherfucker still on tour.
can legally get away with digging Michael up, that nigga be on tour too. Where's Michael? He's on tour. That nigga in the casket in the middle.
I know a lot of TV shows have been copying our format. First of all, we stole this format fair and square. Second, good luck finding another white comedian who can stand in front of a green screen and read.
All New Tosh starts Tuesday at 10.
Women love men that are groomed to the max, but grooming certain areas can be a problem. Razor blades can cut you, and scissors can poke you. Now, there's Microtouch Max, designed to go where razors and scissors shouldn't go. For safe, precise grooming that gets as close as a blade, it is safe to the touch. It's our latest trimmer with a built-in light to help you groom without missing a single hair. The sleek design gives you perfect control, so you can keep the back of your neck barbershop perfect by yourself. Remove unsightly ear hair with just a touch. Embarrassing nose hair? Gone like that. Sideburns straight and even. Mustaches and beards neat and clean. Bushy eyebrows? Just snap on the guide and you're groomed to the max in seconds. Look at the difference. The new Microtouch Max grooms from head to toe and anywhere in between. Powerful enough for the tough stuff, yet gentle, even on the most sensitive skin. It gets as close as a blade, yet is safe to the touch, guaranteed. The snap-on guide lets you control just how much hair is removed. Remove a little, a lot, or remove it all and show up that hard body. What a great way for women to keep the man in their life perfectly groomed. Or for moms who want to keep their kids looking neat and clean between haircuts.
We don't really have a kitchen.
Places expensive trimmers like these, and goes places they can't with micro precision for only $14.99. So avoid those risky razor cuts. Put down the pointy scissors and go with Microtouch Max, the safe, precise solution for always being groomed to the max. Well, now and you'll also get our 10-piece grooming kit as a bonus. Just free shipping. It includes every grooming tool you need to always look your best. That's right. You get the Microtouch Max and our 10-piece grooming kit, all for just $14.99. This is a TV-only offer, so call now.
To order your Microtouch Max, have your credit card ready and call 1-800-561-8214. That's 1-800-561-8214. So don't delay. Call 1-800-561-8214 and order now.
This program is rated TVMA and is intended for mature audiences. That's why I smoke and I drink. Because when I'm dead, I don't want nobody walking about my casket talking about, if I look good, I should still be motherfucking alive. I want a motherfucker walking about my casket and say, God damn, I see why that nigga did it. It ain't the quality of life, but the quality is the quality. You understand me? Would you really want to live to be 199 years old? Shitting on yourself. You come in the world in diapers, if you gotta leave in the bins if you stay too long. If it look like
Nope.
I'm about to shit on myself on the plug,
Don't have a huge desire to go there either.
'cause life is
But
for
I
the
understand
living.
that those that
And
do
motherfuckers that are alive and love you don't want to unplug you
are good
because they
reports
love you.
from pioneering
Let
friends.
go. I said I'm tired. Now unplug this shit. I want to see what the next part looks like. Because I know it's energy. Energy ain't just a transfer. This is what makes the clay we motherfucking trapped in. You understand me? Clay drop the fuck down. My spirit going on to the next phase, nigga. Now leave me fuck alone. You understand me? I had my fun. And some of you old motherfuckers ain't playing with it. You know, they got this new shit by Acro. Cialis. I think God put a ticking clock on the dick. Your dick supposed to be done right around the speed limit. Ain't no need for you to have kids after 55. Your ass ain't gonna be here when they get out of school. Now play fair. Put the pill down. Shut your dick up. Because a young motherfucker's supposed to be our turn to get some damn pussy. Oh, you know, she got a business. She got a motherfucking Rolls Royce. He getting all the young pussy and the young nigga like this. But baby, what, you know. She like, you ain't got no car. I'm going with sugar daddy. Get your cranked up monster.
Eddie.
Hey, you know them old niggas right now, they popping their pills and they know the show almost over.
You get the creeper bugle call for each new creeper.
But they know it take an hour for it to kick in. We'll be ready for you after the show. We'll be ready for you. I said, you don't have me like, yeah, nigga, if you catch me with something over 27, I'm holding it for the police. All I can show a 30-year-old bitch is where the old folks home is.
Uh-oh. Another creeper. Another bugle call. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, she said, Eddie, I had one so young last night when I got done, I had the burger.
Good to see you, Bill Murray. That was for you, baby. We have a sick chat on our hands. Send him money. You guys tell him. I can't tell the story anymore. We're going to be telling it for days.
Isn't that the massage they say is so much better? It'll pull your hair back. Well, if it is, then that's the one that I want. Okay. Who got me the Triforica?
Haha.
That one's from me. Looks like she's gonna have to be.
It's the all-new Trojan Vibrating Trifolia, the vibrating massager that really pulls your hair back. With 5 speeds, 3 pulse patterns, and 3 interchangeable tips. Now at Trojan Vibrations.
3 interchangeable tips.
Receive free discreet shipping and a special free gift.
Remember that massager that we talked about? Yeah. We got 3 of them.
And now at TrojanVibrations.com, check out the all.
Well, just wait till this story unfolds. Wait till you see how it impacts and changes hippie fiesta rides again forever. There's a lot happening here in the magic capital of the world. The history goes way back further than we realize. We have a lot to explore and discover already.
I love it.
Things are different now.
Here's the best part. There's your wardrobe reflection. Oh my gosh. Oh, don't worry, sweetie. All I have to do is stand there and let the breeze through. Spencer, we're still working on yours.
With our unlimited plans on Android-powered phones, the world needs another celebrity couple to follow.
We're going to prove that Vaseline Men fast body lotion gets you strong, done in 15 seconds. Just hit do that with greasy hands. Vaseline Men, no grease, just strong skin. See more online.
Well, this sleepover just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Thank goodness pizzas at Pizza Hut are now just $10 each.
$10.
We could actually get everybody the pizza they love.
Yeah. Supreme pan pizza, pepperoni lovers.
We save a ton of money, and all these kids got exactly what they want. We'll make that tonight.
They shop it first.
Right now, any pizza at Pizza Hut is just $10. Any pizza, any size, any crust, and any toppings for only $10. Only at your Pizza Hut. sports talks your ride, you tend to talk about a lot. You've had I was a hunting guy for a long time. The Escape actually has great gas mileage. I need something fuel efficient. It's very yeah, I keep a ton of stuff in my car. Sits to that, right? You take your hands off the wheel. That's crazy. How's that work on your Honda? What Honda? Swap your ride and lease a fuel-efficient 2011 Escape for just $239 a month for 24 months. To find a neighborhood Ford dealer near you, look on MichiganFord.com. Program is rated TVMA and is intended for mature audiences.
Hey, baby, I had to come to the Yale. Cause I know up here, y'all motherfuckers is sharp. You know what I mean? And you still street at the same time, so you know what I mean? You actually see niggas with books up here. You know what I mean? If you want to stop motherfuckers from dealing dope on your block on the corner, walk up and hand them niggas a book. Watch them run. Nigga trying to get me to breathe. All these words and stuff. Yeah, they say white people are scared of a nigga with a gun. No, they ain't. When they see your ass with a gun, here's what they do. Gotcha. He'll be in jail soon. They see your ass with a book. Try this shit, because I do it all the time. Go to Starbucks or one of them little, coffee shops. Sit down with a book. White person sitting over there. They can't resist it. Nigga, they be like, get a book, man. Reading is fundamental. Fun to mental. It ain't illegal yet. But they working on it. I want the young motherfuckers in here tonight, no matter what your nationality is. Turn the motherfucking TV off for 1 week. And see if you can survive. Motherfuckers are going to a television junkie motherfucker mode. Ain't no TV. I need my remote, nigga. Don't. It's called television programming. They telling you visually the program. You being programmed. You watch it on the news. It was on CNN. It's true. I've seen it on Fox. It's real. It's bullshit. You know Obama ain't running shit. Put it on the screen. That nigga ran for office and said, I'm a stop wars. Didn't he just send 60,000 more troops to Afghanistan? We took them out of Iraq. Them niggas thought they was going home. Shit, nigga, war over. We going home. You like, no, over there. They wives and shit, family thinking these motherfuckers coming home, nigga, they get shipped to a new war. And you know these wars is about what? Money, 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 money. Now, Iraq, we annexed that country. Took the oil, nigga. Now, one thing you know about American motherfucking history, wherever we land, we don't lose. We already got 3 bases, permanent bases in Iraq. We still in Vietnam, still in motherfucking Korea, still got a base in Japan. Everywhere we land, we don't leave. You know what I mean? I thought it was called the United States of America, not the United Empire of Earth. You gonna do as I say. How the fuck we gonna go over to Iraq and tell them we giving these people freedom? They didn't ask for it. When no Iraqis over there, come on over here, we want to vote. Them motherfuckers was chilling. Now we over in Afghanistan. You know what we there for? Opium. The 90% of the world's opium comes from holla at your boy. Now, in the Buddhist religion, they smoke opium.
There's 1.6 billion Chinese. In order to control China, you must control opium. China owns 90% of our debt. Welcome to China. Learn the language, ni hao ma. Xie xie ni. The Chinese ain't to be fucked with. One Bruce Lee would fuck up this whole room. 1.6 billion Bruce Lees, never leave him alone. Oh, America know who to attack. You ain't never seen them go fuck with China. Remember, China had one-armed motherfuckers as students in Tiananmen Square beating the shit out of him on national television with a bamboo motherfucking stick. Did America go and attack? Nope. You know what they said? What is he doing over there? Somebody get his parents on the phone. Said Bruce Lee was a bad motherfucker. 5'7", 140 pounds. Dynamite. You understand me? That motherfucker in the movie, you see that motherfucker, he walk in the dojo. 300 motherfuckers. Bruce walk in. And you know, I love that nigga walking. We can fight one at a time. All together. If you sitting in that dojo, you gotta ask yourself 2 questions. Either he got a bomb on his ass, or he's really a bad motherfucker. Neither one of them are good. And then when the motherfucking teachers, I was like, Wayne, hey, he ain't Wayne. Hey. They went out there and get killed, nigga. Then he go with the second set. Bang, ching, ching, chong, bang, wrong, wrong. If I'm in that second set, I'd have been like, hey, hold the fuck up. Then was your black belts. My shit is orange. You the teacher, teach.
I just caught that.
Now if you whoop his ass, I'll keep taking your class.
Yeah, once Hippie Fiasco Rides Again becomes successful, we'll be able to have new technology, design our own Ustream style interface where you guys can beat, have your own computer voice.
This program is rated TV and
Talk
A and
out
is
loud.
intended for mature audiences.
Make us eat smart food. I don't think she is. No.
tell brothers that. Every group of brothers should have at least one white guy. I'm serious, for safety. When the shit
The
goes
fan
down,
was.
somebody's
It
gonna
was
need to
the
talk to the
silliest
police.
dollar purchase.
I mean, that's when that one friend comes in handy. Uh-oh, Ernie, wanna get this one? Come on now, come on now. Do something. So black people are very afraid of the police. That is a big part of our culture. No matter how rich you are, how old you are, we're just afraid of them. We got every reason to be afraid. You know what I mean? Like you're a white lady. You ever been pulled over before? You know, and what they say, let me see your driver's license and registration. Right? See, I'm just guessing. That's not what they say to us. You wouldn't believe what they say to us. Spread your cheeks and lift your sack. Like, what the hell? Excuse me? You heard me, spread over your cheeks and lift your sack. I got a driver's license too. There's easier ways to prove who I am and shit. What does that prove? I can't go to the bank like that. Cash my check. What do you mean you don't have any ID? Wait a minute. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Chappelle. Right this way. Why don't you spread your cheeks and make room? Scared of them. Serious, man. There'll be a red light, the police might pull up next to you. It won't be no big deal for you, but you know, I'll fucking fall apart. Oh, man. Don't look over there. But I didn't always know that was a black thing. It took me a while to figure that out. I learned that shit in New York. I was in New York City. Now, I was hanging out with a friend of mine. He's a white guy. You know, we was hanging out. We were lost in the city. You know, we was hoping to go. Now, I don't know if it was a coincidence that we were lost in the high and shit, but my white buddy, he was smoking a joint. Dave, it's the goddamn cops. I'm gonna ask him for directions. I said, Chip, no! Chip, don't do it! It was too late. He was walking over there, this man was high as shit. Excuse me, sir. Touch him and Chip. Excuse me. Need some information. Start confessing things you shouldn't confess. I'm a little high. All I want to know, which way is 3rd Street? The cop was like, hey, take it easy. You're on 3rd Street. You better be careful. Go ahead, move it. Move it. That's all that happened. That's the end of the story. Now, I know that's not amazing to some of you, but you ask one of these black fellas, that shit is fucking incredible, isn't it? I'm sorry, a black man would never dream of talking to the police high. That's a waste of weed. Serious. I mean, I'd be scared to talk to the police when I'm sleeping. I'd fuck around and get the wrong idea. Oh my God. That nigga was on PCP, Johnson. I had to use necessary force. You saw him.
Alright, let me try an experiment here.
No paperwork. Just sprinkle some crack on it. Let's get out of
It's
here.
my new box I'm working on.
That's how it is. But at the time, I didn't think it was anything racial.
Pretty cool.
Like, man, Chip,
Slides open.
Like
that.
But then another time, me and Chip are driving. Now, I'm not
Okay.
driving. Chip is driving, and he's driving a little crazy. He's drinking.
Now I'm going to riffle through these cards, and I want you to just think of one of the.
I don't like to let my friends
Look at
drive
one of the
first.
cards. When you see one of the cards, just think of the card in your mind. Get it? I don't know if you can see it, the angle.
Stop at a red light. Car pulls up next to us, and I'll never forget it. She looked at me like, she's like,
Dave, I'm gonna race him.
I knew it was a bad idea, but I was high.
Ten of
I tried to
spades.
explain to him it was a bad idea, but all that came out was, well, let me see if I can race him. Man,
No?
that light
What was
turned
it?
green and Chip took off. Zigzagging and Chip's along the path, and I didn't know it was racing. Then the police
King of
seen him
Hearts.
and pulled us
Huh.
over. You understand, I'm scared as shit. I mean, come on, the car smells like weed. And speeding, this man is
The box.
drunk.
I don't know if it ever left your
I'm
view.
scared. Chip was not scared though. It was weird. He didn't even turn his radio down. That was weird, was it? I mean, if you get pulled over, wouldn't you turn the radio down? Nobody gonna get their ass beat to a soundtrack and shit. You know what I'm saying? Chip had the music blasting.
Now that's magic. I wish eternity could hear your texting.
Close your butt cheeks. Trunks.
Maybe it
Let me
can.
do the talking. You know what he said? It was almost exactly what he said. I can't believe it. He says, oh.
Sorry, officer. I didn't know I could do that.
The cop said, well, now you know. Just get out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Chip said, okay, I will, sir. Thank you.
It has all the time in the world. You're right.
What's wrong with you, Dave?
I didn't know I couldn't do that.
That was good, wasn't it? Because I did know I couldn't do that.
I was shocked. I wasn't shocked at the audacity. I was just shocked because I would have never thought to say that. I don't think any black dude would think to say that because they know we don't know. Every black dude in this room is a qualified paralegal and shit. He knows law. And if one of us even start to do something wrong, an old black man will pop out of nowhere. Nigga, don't do that. That's 5 to 10. Watch out. We know the laws and the penalties. That chick didn't even know it could race. I'm not saying I don't like police. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I'm just scared of them. Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes we want to call them too. Somebody broke into my house once. It's a good time to call, but I don't know. House is too nice. It ain't a real nice house, but they never believe I lived in it. He's still here. Oh my God. Open and shut case, Johnson. I saw this once before when I was a rookie. Apparently, he broke in and hung up pictures of his family everywhere. Well, let's sprinkle some crack on him and get out of here. Oh, you know, that's that whole brutality thing. See, that's common knowledge now. There was a time when only minorities really knew about that. I'm not going to say white people didn't believe us, but you were a little skeptical. You were a little skeptical. I mean, I don't blame you. The Newsweek printed it, he knew it was true. And then the Newsweek went, oh my God. Honey, did you see this? Apparently the police have been beating up Negroes like hotcakes. It's an main issue. I mean, really, how could you know that? How could anyone else know? Well, I mean, maybe you should have seen something a little suspicious. Which thing was like a little suspicious? Every dead black person the police find has crack sprinkled on them in their hand. Come on, man. get shot and sprinkles crack on themselves. Nobody.
People always ask me how my life has changed since Comedy Central gave me a show. Listen, man, I'm still the same old Daniel Tosh. You and I both know that.
It's time for auto repair bills now. If you own a car, call to see if a service contract from Stop Repair Bills could save you thousands of dollars. When you own a car, SUV, or truck, sooner or later it will need repair. Just one transmission job could cost over $3 grand. A new engine could cost over $4 grand. But you won't have to pay a cent. You even choose the repair shop. Then we get them paid directly. The sooner you call, the sooner you're covered.
Call right now for a free quote that could save you thousands. Call 800-490-3926.
With the Charter Price Guarantee, you lock in low prices for 2 full years on TV, internet, and phone. So you can sit back and enjoy 2 years of everyone's favorite shows when you want them most. That's 2 years of sharing and streaming.
I really shouldn't be practicing.
And 2 years of hellos and misuse at low prices you can count on. Sign up for the Charter Price Guarantee and let it all in.
Whoa. Thinking about buying a new one? Don't waste your money. Your computer could be infected with spyware, malware, viruses, or you could be experiencing registry.
It's fun because you always practice in front of the mirror.
You no longer need a technician to come to your home or drop your computer in some store. Get a free diagnosis at MaxMySpeed.com.
So in some ways, I'm very comfortable there.
If we're able to diagnose it and solve our problem, it's at least 100% to 150% quicker than before.
My computer runs twice as fast.
The computer has run so much quicker. It's safer, it's faster, it's more secure.
My computer is 100% faster than it was prior. All I can say is I'm a raving fan. This is unbelievable.
Go to MaxMySpeed.com right now for your free diagnosis. Find out in minutes what's going down with your computer. That's MaxMySpeed.com for your free diagnosis.
Times may be a little tough, but there is a way that you can have all the things you love and everything for just pennies on the dollar. Visa.com is an exciting new way to score unbelievable deals on just
Trust you
about
implicitly.
anything. From
I'm
LCDs
not so sure about eternity, though.
to appliances
My eye on
and
you.
tickets and just about everything else. Unlike a traditional auction website, these items start at $0 and move up by as low as 1 cent each time a bid is placed. Guaranteed insanely low prices on everything, every time. You get discounts like 85, 95, even 99% off retail and better. Visit Visa.com today. It's easy to use, and there are deals just like this car every single day. So what are you waiting for? Come on over to Visa.com and see what all the buzz is about. Try Visa for free using the bonus code at the bottom of your screen today. That's BEEZID.com.
I don't know if I love looking for a date.
Until the reveal later.
It's late.
Oh,
You
yeah.
want to chat for a date? I didn't think so. I think you want a girl and you want a girl. Club love isn't a date line. It's a phone call. With benefits. Call us right now. It's free. 1-800-420-GIRL. Club love. The sexier hookup line.
Jeez.
It's not the monkey and it's not the nerve. This is the dance that'll make you work the color watch. Axe shower gel with new improved fragrances. The cleaner you are, the dirtier you get.
Here at Edge, we know it's important to get ready.
And when we're getting ready, to get ready, we get ready with Edge. It has lubricating molecules to help your razor give you a close shave and less irritation. Edge Shave Gel. Get your edge.
This program is rated TVMA and is intended for mature audiences.
I'm a paranoid guy, I'll be scared to call 911 for anything, even if it's like a fire or anything. And they take those phone calls. I see the shows, they take them, and then they play them on television. That's fucked up. Now, I'll say anything if I'm scared. That shit is private, you know? What if I get killed? I start playing that 911 tape on the news. I'm dead. I can't explain myself to my buddies and shit. We watch some news. We have Reg Chapman on the scene. Reg, what's going on out there? Oh, say again on the scene a minute. Hi, Bob. Hi. Yes, we just got hold of a copy of Dave Chappelle's Frantic. 911 emergency call. Remember, viewers, language is disturbing. Hello, emergency. Help! Help! I'm somebody come to get me! Just calm down, sir. Where are you? Oh, I shit on myself. I can't stop crying. They play that shit 30 and 40 times a day. All my buddies will be at my funeral looking at me. You know Dave shit on himself, right? I saw it on the news. Died crying like a bitch. After dead, I can't defend myself. That's not a nice thing to do. It's not a nice thing to do. It's 911. I gotta go. You guys can't serious. You ever have like that social pressure? You talk to somebody who's fake and they make you fake? They come to you like, hey, how you doing? You're like, fine, how are you? You're like, I don't even talk like that. I get sick of that shit. I do. It just makes me sick. Sometimes I'll talk crazy just to make myself feel better. You ever do that? Start talking like crazy. Have you ever heard so much? Man. That's how bad guys used to talk in the 40s. The old days. See, I talk like that. Now all the time, when somebody put the pressure on me, I got cut loose. Like the police put me over, I'll talk crazy. Son. You know why we pulled you over? Man, because I'm black, see, that's right. Bang! It's not illegal to talk like that. How do they know I don't talk like that every day? Stop talking like that. Stop talking like that, Carver. Man. So I talk, see. You gotta make life interesting like that, because the shit is flimsy. Life is flimsy. You think you're gonna live with it, but not gonna live with it. It's dangerous out here. We know what's going on. I travel now, you know. I used to think DC had the roughest ghettos in the country. I have seen some shit now. Oh, there's some rough areas outside of DC. Yeah, everybody should go to the ghetto. I was taken to the ghetto one time. That's the word. When you get taken and you're not expecting to go. Right? Usually you want to know when you're going to the ghetto, like, I'm going to see some wild shit. I got to prepare myself. I'm going to see something crazy. When you take it, it's different. I had a limousine driver. It was after a show. It was late at night. It was like 3 in the morning. I had a limousine driver. He was a nice guy. Talking to me and shit. Oh, where you from, man? DC? Where? That's a rough city, man. The cell phone started ringing. Hold on, what's up? Hello? Oh, what's up, man? What the fuck? Slow down. What the fuck? No! 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 Fuck that, nigga. Put me out on my way. real quick. At 3 o'clock in the morning, I didn't know he was taking me to Gillis first. I started looking out the window, I was like, what the fuck? Gun store, liquor store, where the fuck you taking me? It don't look good. We didn't say shit. Just pulled up in front of an old rickety building. And it looked like a project. And I'd never been there before. I'm not sure if it was a project, but it certainly had all the familiar symptoms of a project. A fucking crackhead ran this way. And then another one jumped out of a tree and shit.
So a lot of amazing things happened today, and you know, it's all long stories I haven't felt like telling. But another thing that happened today. You know those boxes that I make, right? I'm sure I've explained the whole significance many times before, but it's probably 10 years ago, almost, that I dubbed myself Percy Boyd. Percy Boyd, you can even go to percyboyd.com. I still have the website because I almost completely became Percy Boyd. It was going to be my Mark Twain in life. I decided that I wanted to be, you know, like Mark Twain. I wanted to be a caricature. Maybe grow the beard. When you think of Mark Twain, you think of that guy in a white suit, right, with a beard, the white beard. Well, I became Percy Boyd for a while, and I still have friends that call me Percy. One day I attended my first magic flea market ever. It was in Virginia, not far from my house. It was really surprising. I found out about it like the day of and went, and it was only like 30 miles. But I went to Nathan Moore. I went to the flea market, and it was amazing. And there's some guys there that had all this old magic, and that was the stuff I always liked. And they had boxes and boxes, and the prices were so crazy cheap. And I didn't really understand what was happening. But this one man that was there, an older man, just gave me this box of old magazines, and they turned out to be Topps magic magazines from the 1940s. They were all from the 40s, and there was about 50 of them, and they were put out by Abbott's magic store, Topps Magic Magazine. Well, I took these magazines home, and they're so beautiful to me. They look so cool that for some reason, I've always loved decoupage things for some weird reason, so I started decoupaging these boxes with the magic magazines, and I thought they were so rad that I started selling them on my merch table. Well, it keeps getting deeper as I'm looking through these magazines. You know, I soon realized that the editor, that the name of the store where the magazine comes from was called Abbott's. The name of the man that was running the store was Percy Abbott, and he was also the editor of the magazine. So all through these magic magazines is like Percy's Penguin, the trick, or whatever, or a note from Percy, or a few words from Percy, and there's all these sentences with the word Percy in it that I can use on the pencils. I mean, that's magic to me. I mean, it was so magic. And all this is going on before I didn't even realize that Abbott's, the store, still existed at all. I did know that I thought the name of the town where it used to be, or wherever it was funny because it was Colon, Michigan, and I, poked some jokes and used ads to Colon, and on the bottom of every page of every Topps magazine, it was like Abbott's Magic and Novelty, Colon, Michigan, and all this stuff. And so I forget where I was. making boxes. Right. So because of the whole Percy thing and everything I felt this really crazy thing going on. So then I find Abbott's online and I realize that it still exists, and I always planned to go there one day. It was probably like 6 or 7 months ago that I was on the website and realized that they had a flea market in June at Abbott's. And I even talked to Brian Elijah Smith at the time. I was like, if nothing else, I mean, you should just make a weekend pilgrimage up there to check that out and sell boxes. Or I could sell my boxes and stuff like that. 'Cause Brian's sort of into magic too. And so right then I put it on my calendar, Abbott's Magic. So then Hippie Fiasco starts, and it's always just been sitting on the calendar because I put it on there 6 months ago because I wanted to remember that it was happening. And I guess I never really quite believed that we'd make it, so I never reserved us a table or anything. But about a week or so ago, I realized, wow, we really are going. And then as I was, getting closer, I was reading up a little bit more, and all this history starts to unfold that I had no idea about, and it truly is referred to as the magic capital of the world. There's like 1,200 people, population 1,200, this tiny place. There's a big top hat on the sign when you come in. Now the thing I didn't know is the reason that it's called that is predates Percy by a long shot. In terms of the magic that we're talking about, it was begun by Harry Blackstone. And Harry Blackstone is one of the most famous magicians in the world of all time. He was up there rivaling Houdini. And so Harry Blackstone lived here, and he lived on an island. It was a peninsula that frequently flooded, and it would become an island. And Harry Blackstone lived in a castle or somehow or crazy, I don't know, we're going to find out, but on an island apparently. And this is in like 1910, 1920s or so. And he put out the call to all the magicians that he knew, move to Colon, Michigan. And a lot of people heeded that. And then he started the Abbott, the magic store. It was called something different then. He started it with Percy Abbott, and eventually had a falling out. And Harry, also for health reasons, I think, moved to California eventually, but Percy kept the store going. Now Percy didn't have a lot of money, so the way he kept it going was by getting a business partner. Now his business partner, when Percy died, I guess inherited the business and is now being run by his son Greg, who I spent a long time with today. The story gets richer and richer and more interesting the more people I talk to. I walk down the street and there's another magic store. In a town of 1,200, there's another big magic store. I mean, Dallas, huge cities don't have magic stores anymore. Towns, 1,000 times the size of this one, can't support a single magic store. And this town of 1,200 has 2 of them. So I walk into the other one, and I start talking to him. We get to talking about all kinds of things, and turns out that the other magic store in town has 2 silent partners supplying the money. Guess where the money's coming from? From the son and daughter of Percy Abbott. The competition in town for Abbott's magic store is coming from Abbott's children. Really interesting. Harry Blackstone, probably one of the not as famous as Houdini, but Harry Blackstone is huge, is buried here, like right over there. We're going to drive there and go to the grave, and there's several other famous magicians that are buried here. Percy's not. I was talking to like old people in a diner, and they were telling me stories, and I was like, I mean, these people grew up with a lot of legends coming to town. A lot of legends. And a lot of like children of legends. And the guy I was talking to was like, yeah, I was 2 classes ahead of, you know, the sister Abbott. And all this stuff. Well, it's a small town, but it has such a rich history that it has a museum that they open up when they have the big special events, like the Magic Gathering that happens once a year, and the they have this little museum, and we were talking. The 2 old men I was talking to were telling me about the guy that runs it, and they got me his phone number, and I wrote down his phone number, and they were so funny. They were like, "Yeah, I mean, it's only open on special occasions, but you call him up, he'll open it for you." So maybe we'll get the Museum of Colon specially open for Hippie Fiasco to document this storied past of this colon. And of course, Chad's been having a lot of fun with his colon. Luckily, what he has is in the throat. So then, I'm talking to I went in to apologize to the older Indian lady that was running the hotel for the way I spoke to her on the phone when she woke me up this morning. And got to talking with them. According to them, that this area has a story of witchcraft that way predates Blackstone. How about them apples? How about that? So that's why I'm not saying a whole lot, because I'll never shut up. But I got my Sherlock Holmes pipe out. We got a week to kill till our next fiasco, unless we get an invitation. If we don't get an invitation, I'm leaving no stone unturned, and Hippie Fiasco Rides Again is leaving here changed, a more magical enterprise. I've already learned today and discovered the ability and acquired the abilities to produce like a dozen lemons in an empty bowl. I told Chad and Liz today that we're going to practice routine shticks that are going to happen throughout the course of each show from now on. Just a few little gags that they're involved in. Tricks, illusions, if you will. Perhaps even a moment of astonishment from time to time. Exactly. I've never had assistants. When you do have them, once you start thinking this way, thinking different ways, outside of which I forget, you know, what I don't know that I know already. And that is the amazing, I've read all the information, but I've never just applied it to myself. But I have assistants. We can do anything. We can do fucking anything. Basically, if you got help. But I'm being hyperbolic. Is that a word? But it is a very exciting day for me. I didn't sleep the night before because I got really whiskey drunk and I fell asleep on the love seat. And so I woke up at the crack of dawn for some crazy reason. Didn't know where I was. Then we came up here, and then I was like a kid yesterday. I was too excited to sleep. And it was like 5 in the morning, and I was still tossing and turning and trying to figure out how to sleep. I had the alarm set for 8, and that's why we slept through it a little bit. Now, here's another magic thing that happened to me today. This story it goes on and on and on. Remember how I told you the thing that started this whole journey for me was this old man handing me this box of Abbott's magazines from the 40s, right? And he just gave them to me. And I started making these boxes. We did talk about slicing Liz in half, P.S. I start talking to this guy. and his wife, and he's the son of, it was a famous, sort of semi-famous magic family called the Conklin family. They were definitely on the cover of several of the magazines I've had, and so I've seen him referenced in print and stuff like that. He was the son, and I was talking to him, and I was like, I saw you had those Abbott's catalogs out there, and it said like $10 each, make an offer for all of them or something like that. And as soon as I asked about them, because he'd already packed them up, because everything was happened way too fast. It was crazy today, but they were already packed up before I got to talk to him, and he and his wife were there, and he just said, "Take them, they're yours." So, and I was running out of some of the best pictures in a way of mine. These guys and these were his father's, Jerry Conklin, old Abbott's catalogs. Now, generally speaking, the boxes I made were from the first 3 pages and the last 3 pages of every magazine, because those were the ads for the magic tricks. So pretty much 95% of the boxes I've made that's why I was sort of running out, because it was just the first few pages and last few pages. Use the innards for certain things, but not for the main idea of the box usually. So this guy and his wife just gave me today, and look, there was his father's personal copies. His father signed it, Jerry Conklin, right there, and he's a semi-famous family magician. They did big stage illusion routines. It's his version, and these books are nothing but the first 3 pages of the magazine. Entire books for full. And he and his wife gave me this entire box. There's about 4 or 5 of these giant ones, and this is a good one. I mean, it's really unbelievable. It truly is. One of my favorites, isn't it? This one is definitely 40s. Again, Jerry Conklin. It's just the whole deal. Pages and pages of the first 3 pages. I mean, I couldn't even, when he gave them to me, I didn't realize they were the illustrated, just the tricks. Just the tricks. I mean, isn't that fucking unbelievable? I don't even get it. Yeah, everybody liked the boxes. Only a couple people thought they were really amazing. Looking for some of the tricks. They're all called Abbott's this or that, but every now and again there's a special trick personal to Percy, and it'll be called Percy's something or another. Oh well, can't find it. So this is catalog number 7, so it's probably from the 30s. And it's just all this stuff. Just for I'm all about it. It's my aesthetic. I like old. I love ghosts. So there's some layers of the onion that I've been peeling today. You can figure that out. You can do that. Yeah, man. It's amazing. It's amazing. I'm so grateful to Hippie Fiasco for bringing me into the colon of America. I do too, Bill Murray. I do too. Definitely gonna have to give me one of those pipes. I lied when I said my Sherlock Holmes pipe. I was speaking metaphorically, but I think we might need to hoist this metaphor into the open, into the literal. Get me one of them pipes. Snoop about a bit.